Hello guys, my name is Pavel. I'm super excited to introduce you to my signature training program called Boost 9. So thank you for joining me today for this session number 1, where we will cover a short introduction of the program and we will also execute each exercise together. Prepare to have some fun, but also know you will be challenged. So when it gets hard, don't stop. Stay with me and we will go through it together as a team. The Boost 9 training program will help you feel stronger and lighter in just 3 sessions over the course of 9 days. Training is scheduled for day 1, day 4 and day 7 of the program, with the other days being dedicated to rest and recovery. This program focuses on building strong core and legs for you and also priming your nervous system for high performance, regardless if it's for doing your favorite sports or not. We created Boost 9 to give you a nice taste of the unconventional ways we use to get super fast results with my unique system called the Rewire Method. I've been working with professional sports for more than 15 years now and created this system inspired by the specific training routines used by NBA superstars, guys like Steph Curry, and in the past Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade and others. I am stoked to be able to share with you the actual exercises they used to prepare their bodies for playing at the highest level. So without further ado, let's get into it. You don't need any equipment, just a yoga mat or a towel, and of course a drink next to you if you need it to hydrate. Okay guys, so the first part of the training session is dedicated to a nice warm-up. We will do 1-minute planks on each side and in the center, and then the second part we will continue focusing on the core, activating the core and priming our nervous system by continuing to work on that center of the body. And then the next part, the next section of the session will be dedicated to our lower body, working together on the feet, ankles, knees and hips all together. So let's go. We will start by doing a plank on the right side, and this side plank I want you to really focus on alignment. We want to have the heels, knees, hips and shoulders all on the same line, okay? The right elbow would be right underneath the right shoulder, okay? So from here we want to stack the feet together and also flex the toes, okay? Then whenever we're ready, we start lifting the hips as high as possible, feeling the activation in our oblique muscles, flexing the toes, extending in the knees, and also pushing the hips forward so we can feel the activation in our glute muscles. We hold that position for 1 minute. Of course, if it's super difficult, for those of you who are just starting, feel free to hold it for 45 seconds, but let's pay attention to all the details, okay? So starting from the feet, have them flexed, have them active, so we're not pushing our ankle bone against the ground, and then full extension in our knees, extension in our hips, because when we flex our hips, when we lose that position, you see how I'm losing balance, okay? So we want to have that nice and straight, feeling the obliques, and then if you feel good in that position, you can also open the upper arm and breathe. We want to breathe only through the nose. Okay, a little bit longer guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release with control. And then we're turning to the other side. So I was telling you, we always want to try and breathe only through the nose. This way we preserve energy and we help ourselves. I know initially for a lot of you it will be more difficult to breathe only through the nose, but when you actually get used to it, it makes it easier and it helps us last longer, okay? So let's do the plank on the other side. Again, looking for that straight line, heels, knees, hips and shoulders, okay? Whenever you feel ready, start lifting the hips as high as possible, holding this for 1 minute. Don't let the hips drop back, keep them in line push forward to feel your glute muscles, feel your obliques, keep breathing through the nose. And if you find stability, of course, you can open your upper arm up, look up, and focus. And this is just the warm-up set, guys. So let's try to have everything in alignment, focused on the details, because these details make all the difference in the end. Okay, almost there. A little bit longer. Keep breathing through the nose. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release with control. Okay, and now the only thing left from this warm-up set is to do our plank in the center. Okay, we'll do the plank on our elbows, and again, I want you to be very focused on the details. So starting from the feet, we want to flex the toes, place them down, make sure that all the toes are nicely grounded on the floor. Okay, for both feet, sending the heels back so we feel lengthening in our back side of the legs. We fully extend the knees, and then we also turn the pelvis slightly, push forward to feel our glute muscles. Okay, push forward and then press against the floor, create space between the shoulder blades, holding that position for 1 minute. So keep breathing through the nose, don't lose the position. A common mistake here that a lot of people make is lift the hips up, but if we do that, we lose the connection with our glute muscles. So let's try to stay tight throughout that full 60 seconds hold, as if like we're pushing the hips forward, activating our glutes. We're not just looking to have a certain position here, but we're looking for maximum engagement. Okay guys, so just to feel your body working, all these different parts working as hard as possible in these positions. You're doing amazing. A little bit longer. Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release with control. Okay, very well done. So this is the warm-up set. Now it's time to get into the actual workout. All right, the actual workout, we continue in that first part of the workout to target the core. Now we are going to do a few different plank variations, and of course, if it's too challenging, the plan is to hold these positions for 30 seconds. But of course, if it's too challenging, you can hold them for like 15 seconds or 20 seconds and then rest and continue after that. Or just if you don't feel ready, just do these shorter holds and adapt that training session to your level. Okay, we have the same setup, looking for that same type of balance that we were looking for when we did the side plank, but now we're increasing the degree of difficulty. So from here, we're going to lift the hips again and look for that hip extension, really push forward, also extend fully the legs, so knee extension. And when we find our balance here, when we feel like our full body is engaged, working hard, we're actually going to lift that leg and point our knee towards the sky. It's important not to allow that knee to drop forward, because like this we're going to be losing our balance. Okay, so have it point towards the sky, flexing the feet on both legs and keeping that for 30 seconds. Okay, keep breathing through the nose. I know it's challenging, it's just the beginning of the session, so stay with me guys a little bit longer. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release with control. Okay, so the next exercise, this was a side plank variation. The next one is called a frog plank. The frog plank looks, the setup starts the same way as the plank that we did in the center, but this time you will see that we will have one knee open to the side. So it looks like this. We are looking for that center line of the body, placing our left foot over there, and then really pushing the hips forward to find that glute activation, and then opening the right knee to the side. So really looking for that activation in our ab muscles, but also glute muscles, and holding that position for 30 seconds. We don't want to be allowing the hips to fall to one side. We want everything to be centered, and we don't want that knee to be touching the floor. So when you feel it gets too low, lift it, keep breathing, and stay like that. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, awesome. Now let's do the other sides. Okay, so the side plank variation on the left side, having our right knee pointing towards the sky. So looking for that same setup, nice and aligned body, one line, heels, knees, hips, and shoulders. Whenever you feel ready, lift, find your balance, make sure the obliques are active, working hard, pushing the hips up and forward, and then from here opening that right knee towards the sky. Keep breathing, just 30 seconds, almost there, guys. Little bit longer. You're doing great. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. All right. This is 3 exercises from the first set. So we only have one more exercise from this set number 1. Okay. The only exercise that we didn't do is the front plank, where we open the left knee to the side. All right. So preparing like we did for the elbow plank, then looking for that center line of the body and placing our right foot over there, turning the hips forward, so maybe slightly pushing forward to feel the glute activation, and then let me just see 30 seconds. Yes, and then lifting that left knee up, but not allowing the hips to fall to the right side, keeping everything in the center. So pushing hips forward, lifting left knee, pushing the floor to create more space around the shoulder blades. So making the body work as hard as possible for these 30 seconds, okay? Everything is active, everything is working hard. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release slowly with control. All right, guys, amazing. So that's the 4 exercises in the first set. That's great work. If you need to take a short break or take a sip of water or whatever drink you have, you can do that. And then whenever you feel ready, we want to do a nice little stretch. We're not really actually taking a proper break between the 2 sets, but we want to take a nice stretch of these oblique muscles that we were making work so hard right now, okay? So the stretch looks like this. We are on our knees, hip width distance, and then I'm gonna start with this side, opening my left leg to the side, leveling, keeping the left foot and the right knee on the same line, pushing the hips forward, and then from here taking a deep breath in, and then releasing only the fingertips on the floor, lifting my left arm up, pushing the hips forward, taking another deep inhale, and then on the exhale we can release the right palm on the floor and extend that left arm above the head. Okay, we continue to push the hips, The idea is to find nice length in these oblique muscles. Okay, we're going to stay here for 3 to 4 deep breaths, just allowing you to feel your own body, understand what's happening, and use the break to prepare for the next set. Okay, one more deep breath here. Exhale, and we're slowly going to turn to the other side. All right, so again, starting on both knees, hip width distance, opening the right foot to the side, same line, left knee and right foot on the same line, pushing the hips forward, taking a deep inhale. On the exhale, releasing the left fingertips on the floor, and then inhale again. Exhale, release all the way down, left palm on the floor, extend the right arm above the head. Keep pushing the hips forward so we find nice length here. We activate the glutes, in the same time we can stretch the obliques, all these muscles that we made work so hard in the first set. Staying here for a couple more breaths. Feel your body, reconnect to your own body. Deeply inhale and exhale, release. And it's time to go into the second set. All right, so we're doing the exact same thing that we did in set number 1, starting on the right side with the side plank variation. So again, looking for that straight line between heels, knees, hips and shoulders. Whenever you feel ready, let's start lifting hips as high as possible, feeling the obliques. The hips are gently pushing forward as well. When we have our balance, we can open that left knee, point toward the sky, staying here for 30 seconds. Keep breathing through the nose, stay tight, stay with me. I know it might be difficult, stay focused. A little bit longer. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release with control. Amazing. Let's go into the frog plank. So, looking for that center line of the body, placing the left foot there, slightly rotating the pelvis, pushing forward, and then whenever we feel ready, let's open that right knee in the air, open to the side, keep that position for 30 seconds. Push the hips forward, activate the lower abs, have full extension in that left leg, and breathe through the nose. Stay tight, guys. Come on, a little bit longer. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Amazing. 2 exercises out of 4 in this second set. So changing to the left side. Again, find your alignment. Whenever you feel ready, start lifting into side plank first, stacking both feet, flexing the toes on each foot, and then when we find our balance, lift right knee towards the sky. Don't let it drop forward, keep it pointing the sky. Focus, breathe through the nose, staying here for another 20 seconds. All right, stay tight, stay with me. I know it's not easy, that's how we are progressing. We can crack a smile, we're struggling together, it's all right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release with control. 3 exercises out of 4 in the second set done. We only have 1 more left, so let's do it. Finding that positioning for the elbow plank like we did before. Then finding the midline, finding the center line, placing the right foot in the center, rotating the pelvis forward, pushing forward, and then when you feel ready, lift. Open the left knee. Notice I'm not trying to bring that knee close to my arm. Keep it almost as the same level as the hips, all right? This is the intention. And the intention is not lifting the hips up, push them forward, engage, stay tight, and keep breathing through the nose. A little bit longer, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, amazing. 2 sets done. Let's take a nice break. So again, stretch on our knees, hip width distance, lifting the hips, pushing the hips forward, opening that left foot, same level as the right knee. Take a deep inhale, and then start releasing. Only the right fingertips on the floor, and then deep inhale from here. Exhale, release the palm to connect with the floor. Extend that left arm above the head and keep pushing the hips forward. So we are finding a little bit activation in our glute muscles, but in the same time we are finding a deep stretch of our obliques and also the internal muscles inside the body. Try to breathe as deep as possible. This is the language of the body. If you breathe deeply, it's like you're telling your body, relax, it's okay. One more deep breath in, and then exhale slowly and change to the other side. All right, so again, knees hip width distance, lifting the hips, pushing forward, opening the right foot, same line as the left knee. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, left fingertips will nicely, gently land on the floor. Keep pushing the hips forward, deep inhale. And on the exhale, release the left palm on the floor. Extend the right arm above the head. Nice, long, slow breathing, okay? One more breath. And slowly release. Okay, everyone, amazing work. So we're done with the core activation, the warm-up, all of that is done. The next stage of this workout is focusing on our lower body. We will be working the feet, ankles, knees, and hips all together, all at the same time, with a very specific exercise that Michael Jordan and his personal trainer, Tim Grover, started doing when they started working together in the early 90s. Okay, so we'll do a combination of 2 exercises twice. The first exercise is a squat, but on our tiptoes, and we hold that position for 45 seconds. Okay, this is a very important exercise to understand with all of its details because it's so efficient. It works all these different body parts of the lower body all together. You will see what I mean right now. Okay, so we start by having our feet hip width distance, gently opening the toes to the sides, and then from here keeping a straight spine, just touching the floor with our fingertips. From here you will see I am going to lift my heels as high as possible to make my calves work. And then from here, lifting the hips like parallel to the floor, maybe a little bit higher, but not higher than that, okay? And then the next thing is, and this is super, super important, guys, to have our elbows in the knees, and I'm actively going to be pushing my elbows outside and pushing my knees inside. So we're going to be pressing elbows against the knees and hold that position for 45 seconds, okay? Why is this important? Well, it's important because by doing this, we are activating the midline or our inner thighs. And this is super important for any athletic performance, any strength. And it's actually a point of weakness for a lot of athletes because of kind of ignoring or forgetting to work the inner thighs. And then also, when you find that balance between pushing with the elbows out and pushing with the knees in, you understand that this actually helps us to keep that balance in that position, because it's a very difficult, it's challenging position to hold. I know it, trust me, I understand. Few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. This segment of the session is called Fire Legs, or it's part of my signature training program, Fire Legs. Okay, you're probably understanding me now just by feeling what's happening here. Why is it called Fire Legs? All right, but we don't want to take too long of a break. All right, so we did the static hold, the isometric exercise, and now it's time to do repetitions, starting with the same position just like we did before. So feet hip width distance, opening the toes gently to the side, keeping a straight spine or neutral spine. And from here, again, lifting the heels as high as possible to find this full activation of the calf muscles. And then hips are parallel to the floor. And then from here, we're doing 10 repetitions, nice and slow with control. So 1, make sure to keep the heel as high as possible. Have your spine straight. And then 2 with control, nice and slow. And 3, don't make the movement too high, so 3 to 5 inches maximum. And 4, keeping the heels high. And 5, we have 5 more. All right, stay with me, guys, I know it's difficult. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, nice and slow movement with control. Shaking is okay, shaking is normal, shaking is expected. And last one, 5. All right, and then from here, shake your legs off. I know it's super difficult. We're going to take 2 to 3 minutes break between the next set of these same exercises. So next set is the last set of today's session, of this tasting session, and we're going to do the exact same thing, 45 seconds of that isometric hold and then 10 repetitions, and that's it for today. All right, so now it's the perfect time. Take a small break for you, 2 to 3 minutes, take a drink, whatever you need, shake your legs off or jump around, whatever you need to prepare for the next set. All right, so even if you just want to take a break on the floor, if you want to, like, just do a nice small stretch, you can do that. Just bend one knee, open it to the side, extend the other leg, lean forward. Don't flex your spine too much. Try to have some of the movement coming from the hips, but really these 2 to 3 minutes are for yourself to do whatever is best for you to recover and prepare for the next set. So it's a little bit of a freestyle, and that's intentional because the reality is that a lot of people will feel differently doing these exercises. For some people, it's a lot more difficult because of weaker feet. For others, it's more difficult because of the knees or the hips. So it's really the intention to give you some time and space to reconnect with your body as we're doing all that work, rewiring the nervous system and the body. All right. In my case, I just want to stretch a little bit to recover my breathing as well before we go into the last set of the exercises for today. But like I said, take your time, recover, take a drink, whatever you need, and then we can move forward. Okay, the last set for today is doing the exact same thing we just did in the previous one. All right, starting on the floor, feet hip width distance, opening the toes gently to the side. We really want to make sure that all of our toes are connected to the floor. All right, so it's a very good opportunity to understand what's happening in our feet, okay? And then from here, making sure that we have a nice and long straight spine. I'm just going to be touching with the fingertips the floor for balance as I lift my heels as high as possible, which means that I'm making my calf muscles as hard as possible. From here, finding nice core activation, because we all did together the core activation with the plank variations, and then keeping my hips almost parallel to the floor, and then elbows in, pressing against the knees, and knees pressing against the elbows towards the inside. All right, keeping that for 45 seconds. So try to keep breathing through the nose, try not to flex your spine, try to have your chest open, don't drop your heels down, and keep breathing, guys. Stay present. It's the last set. We need all of your energy right now. All right. Okay, you're doing amazing. A little bit longer. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. I know, I feel it. Yeah, take few breaths. Just a moment to recover before we do the last exercise for today, the 10 repetitions. All right. So if you need to, just reposition yourself slightly, like I need to, and then long spine, fingertips on the floor, looking for that same foundation we just had a moment ago. All right. And then from here, start lifting the heels as high as possible, targeting our calf muscles, and then hips parallel to the floor, strong core, 10 repetitions. Moving nice and slow, up and down, 3 to 5 inches movement. This is 2. You see me shaking, that's normal. If you're shaking, don't worry about that. This is part of the program. This is how we are getting stronger. And 4 and 5. 5 more. Come on, guys. Stay with me, stay tight. Keep going. And 3 and 2 and last one. Amazing, amazing work, everyone. You can shake your legs off, release all of that tension, all of that pressure. All right, you can even just walk around, recover your breathing. This is everything for today. All right, just the 2 sets focused on the core and the 2 sets focused on our lower body. I hope you felt how amazingly these exercises impact simultaneously the feet, ankles, knees, and hips all together. And then from here, with this Boost 9 program, this is day 1, so the first session. Days 2 and 3 are focused on rest and recovery. All right, so for these 2 days, of course, you can do your own movement. You can, go to yoga or do Pilates or whatever. You can enjoy movement, but please don't do anything super hard. You may think it's a lot of time to recover, but the reality is that if your body is not used to this type of training, the isometric holds, the long holds, all that training on the tiptoes, the plank variations, the reality is that not just your muscles need to recover, but also your nervous system. All right, so that's why we're scheduling 2 recovery days between each session. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in session number 2.